wanna be alone. I just want you to know that I'm never gonna go. We can do this to be yours. Everything that you do never goes unnoticed. Really gotta stay focused. I don't want to take it all away. I thought it was something we could say. I know that you thought about it. Say you used to love, so you know all about it. Yeah, I thought it was something we could. Girl, you know you sound special. Ain't no need to sneeze at me to let me bless you. It's so hard to pay attention. Looking so good that I forgot to mention.
Hey, yo! What's good, man? It's your boy Teddy.
Yo, why did you have to scream in people's ear like that, bro?
Hey, yo. I mean, my bad, dog. It's episode 3, week 2. I'm just excited about it.
You know what? I'm LV, and y'all listen to Isles.
8 podcast. What's up with you, dog?
You know, I went to work today, man. It was a shitty day at work, literally. You know, it was bad from the time I got there to the time I left.
Bro, you sound like a girl.
I'm just telling you, I didn't have a good day at work. Do you want me to tell you what I did at work?
No, confidentiality. Don't even do that.
Okay.
So, what I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know is, got a special guest in the building again.
He's back.
My young bull, Deonte.
What's good with y'all, man? Let's get it, man. What's good?
How you feeling today, dude?
I'm feeling great, man. I had a real good day, man. Listen, I ain't got class Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Today is Wednesday, so in all actuality, I went to work from 8 to 10 this morning. I was chilling all day, So
can I get $1?
So what you saying? You ain't did shit all day?
Basically.
Nah, I did shit though, but
what you mean by
what?
I ain't do what y'all.
Shit.
All right, man. We gonna get right into it, man. Topic of the day, episode 3, week 2, from the Jersey to the Polo.
What's that mean, Teddy?
I mean, you gonna really ask me what
I
that
am
means?
gonna
Like,
ask
I don't know what that means.
You the one announcing it.
Okay. So when I say Polo,
Polo.
I'm not talking about no Ralph Lauren,
Nope.
no USPA, no USPA.
Yeah.
Definitely not talking about no Lacoste. Ain't no Gators on my shirt, homie. I'm not from Florida.
Negative.
I'm talking about the game of football.
Okay.
Hold on, Teddy. Hold on, Teddy, man. Listen, I'm the special guest, and I gotta correct you on your show. Look, man, we're not just talking about the game of football. We talking about the game, the athletes, to the stands or to the coaches, right? Ain't that what we talking about? We ain't talking about just football. It could be basketball. It could be baseball. Shit, it could be soccer.
It could be cheerleading.
Whoa.
I don't know about that one, man. You lost me on the cheerleading.
I was really just testing you for. I just wanted to know, like, if you did your homework before this podcast recording started.
Hey, I'm here.
You here?
You feel me? I'm ready.
All right. So what's 17 plus 11?
Goddamn 47.
Took me a second to get it too.
No, man, but today we definitely are talking about the journey of being an athlete. From a young age, graduating up to being a student athlete in college. And kind of life on after that. And we definitely have some questions today, and I just want to kind of get you guys' point of view. On how was your experience and what happened, in the details of your journey that has led you up until this point after your athletic career. So should we go ahead and move on to question 1?
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
All right. So first question, my man. How old were you when you first started playing football, and what did it mean to you at a young age, D?
That's an interesting question, man. Listen, man. I started at a young age. I want to say I was about 7, maybe 8 years old. I've always been a fan of sports. Always, I grew up in a real athletic family. My grandparents, my dad, even my mom, they played sports. My siblings, my cousins, everybody in my family played sports, man. So I grew up a big LA fan. Shout out to my people back home. But, I started off playing Pop Warner ball. I played maybe 1 or 2 years of Pop Warner. And then I went into middle school, played a little flag. And then it was on the cracky from there. Went to high school, did my thing. Went to JUCO, did my thing. Came here, did my thing.
Okay.
So now, man, listen, it's been my life, man, for real. I've been playing football, I want to say, man, 15 plus years, for real. So, yeah.
And what did it mean to you, like, at a young age when you first started playing football, like you said, 7, 8 years old, and now this is a new sport that you're a part of, a brotherhood, damn near feeling like a fraternity at a young age. What did it mean to you?
Well, to be honest with you, at a young age, you're not even really thinking about it like that, man. You you just out here with your boys having fun, competing, man. Like, I've always been a competitor, and I just thought, like, man, we out here doing what we love for free, like, for real. Even though Pop Warner wasn't free, you feel me?
Right.
But you know, we was out here enjoying life, man, with no regret. So it was just about having fun, man. And as you grow, the meaning to the game grow with you. So
I agree.
yeah.
What about you, LV? When did you first start playing football, man? And because I know yours is definitely different from Deonte's. And what did it mean to you, dog?
Well, I started playing football when I started high school as a freshman. And, you know, back then it wasn't much. It was just something I always wanted to do. But I never had, like, the passion for it or wanted to, you know, pursue it until I got to high school. And, yeah, from then it was just a game, you know. It was just for fun, you know, trying to score a touchdown, trying to get a sack, you know, whatever it was.
That's what's up, bro. So, Deonte, I know that we definitely can relate on this. Not so much LeVar on this memory flashback I'm about to get you on. Do you remember Friday nights before a Saturday morning game and kind of like just kicking it with all your all your teammates, bro? Like sleepovers and stuff like that?
Absolutely. I mean, I didn't really participate in sleepovers. I don't think we really had sleepovers, man. But you feel me? We'll go to somebody's house, one of my teammates' houses, bro. We go get some pizza or something.
Yeah.
Watch film or something like that. We was watching film on like DVDs back then. So
Yeah.
it was like, you feel me? But nah, it was always fun, bro. And we had the game systems hooked up. You feel me? Shout out to the PS2. We was always playing the PS2.
Bullshit.
Ain't nobody really with that Xbox shit, but you feel me?
Wait, hold on.
Like,
Hey, listen, man. Real man play PS4, PlayStation.
I heard everybody that play PlayStation be cheating on their girlfriends. I'm just gonna put that.
I
out
did
there.
hear that. I did hear
Definitely
that.
heard that
Man,
through the grapevine. No cap.
I go to church. That's all I know. Anyway, like I was saying, man, we was having fun back then for real. So I mean, it was always a fun it was always a fun Friday, and then Saturday it was a whole different mentality, man. You was out there competing. You was having fun competing, but you feel me? You had that Mamba mentality. So yeah.
Okay, I mean, and mine is very similar to yours, Deonte. I think I started probably around, I'll say maybe 5 or 6. You know, it was definitely just a opportunity to kind of do something fun. You know, growing up in the inner city, getting into football or any sport, for lack of better terms, at a young age. You know, if your parent is putting you in it, that's kind of their way of steering you in the right direction. You know, so if it's like one of those first things that they could teach you is like, if you're gonna be a part of something, you know, and you're not like the main leader, you know, at a young age, like this is something that you want to do because it's going to teach you character. It's going to teach you how to be a leader. It's going to teach you how to be accountable for your own actions, and also build some sort of responsibility and pride about something at a young age. So I definitely agree with you. But like you said, you know, the feeling and the emotions and the passion for it, it really grows as you get older. You know, as the competitive levels continue to increase, you know, and really that kind of leads us into our next question. And at what point did you really begin to like fall in love with the game?
Ooh. I mean, listen, I would have to say at that young age, man, when I was probably 10 years old for real, like, then I started really enjoying it. Like, I'm just having fun doing what I love, you feel me? So
Right.
When you get into, again, we can, you know, take a step further and go, when you get older, the love you have for the game because of all the stuff that it really can save you from is what you know, that really gets you. Like you said, growing up in the inner city, all three of us grew up in the inner city. It's a lot of negativity out there. You feel me? I don't want to get into it. You feel me? But
I mean, this the podcast, bro.
Yeah.
Be real and be open about the things that football did save you from. Yeah, because somebody can't relate to how you had to grow up and live.
That's true.
So you need to let them know.
For sure. I mean, listen, me growing up in Compton, California, man, and you being in Washington, D.C., you being in Las Vegas, it's a lot of, especially in the black community, it's a lot of, you know, guns, a lot of drugs, a lot of gangs, you know. So we ain't really. Luckily, I have football to kind of steer me away from that. while I was busy out there, practicing,
Right.
I had some homeboys or some people that I knew that was doing the wrong thing, man, and they got caught up in a different lifestyle than me. So it kind of saved me from a young age, because I ain't really had no, like, I lost my father at a young age, so my coaches and my uncles and stuff like that was my father figures, and they kind of was like, yo, this what you're going to be doing. They put me in the sports, and it really saved me from being out, hanging out for a long time, you feel me, getting into some trouble. So, yeah, man. So that's when you kind of, your love kind of grow, because it's like, man, you have a friend really get in some trouble for some stuff, you just like, man, I could have been right there with him, but here I am with my boys on the team getting ready for this game on Saturday. So yeah, man, that's how it be where we from, man.
And what about you, LV? I know that you said you started playing football when you got to high school, but was there a certain point or maybe a certain situation that kind of caused you to say, like, this is for me? I love what I'm a part of, and this will be a part of me as long as possible. Did you have a point like that in your life?
Yeah, I sure did. I would say, middle way in high school, sophomore, maybe early junior year, is when I realized how much I loved the game and how much I wanted to continue playing it. Me being a student athlete, I wasn't the best student in school.
I could agree.
So yeah, and then I realized that if I wanted to continue playing the sport, that other things needed to change, and then it helped me see that I need to make changes in my life, and it bettered me as a man. And when I would say, like, going into my junior years, when I realized that I had some potential, in going to college and getting an education by using football.
I feel that. Definitely feel that, bro. For me, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't really fall in love with the game until, like, I was actually good. And
that's why I said my junior year, because I was actually getting good.
And I know that is such a kind of a hypocritical thing to say, especially when you play football for such a long time. Like I said, I started playing when I was like 5 or 6. So what's that about? That's about 17 years of playing football. Every single year at some point, whatever competitive level it was. But when you first start, everybody kind of run around, big ass helmets on, big thigh pads, big knee pads, fat cleats. You just kind of running around when you're a little boy playing football. And every little kid doesn't necessarily have that, like, huge attention span where they realize like everything that's going on the field. So it's like that first year or that first, like, couple weeks of that practice, whatever year that was, that you kind of, like, started grasping the sport, and then you realize, like, oh, dude hit me in that last play. I'm about to go punish him, like, on the next play, or like, oh yeah, I'm about to make this tackle, make that sack, and you understand, like, what it means to do that in the game. Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, like, it's like a holy grail for you. Like, nothing else is important at that time, man. So that's definitely cool.
Y'all remember when you used to have to put your thigh pads and your butt pad and your hip pads into your girdle and it wasn't sewn in?
Absolutely, with the belt though.
That shit used to suck, bro. I used to hate doing that before games.
That made me wanted to, like, quit football. Because I played basketball, too, and all I used to think about was, like, well, shit, when I play basketball, I just put this damn jersey on and these shorts on the top of my shoes. You talking about being late to practice and you doing that in the back of your mom's car, bro? Like, nah, man.
You talking about them high socks you used to wear?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
all the way
God.
up to the knees.
With the short cleats, for real, and the diaper booties, for real.
Did you say the short cleats? The short cleats was crazy.
For real. So, yeah, man, all of our journeys were a little bit different, man, but it became an escape route from a lot. So, always appreciative of the game, man.
I mean, for a lot of people, whether it's, basketball, football, track, swimming, badminton, tennis. I'm just saying though, whatever sport that kind of got you to put some focus and some real time into, whether you grew up in the inner city or not, it probably saved you from something.
It did.
Because life, this life that we live is hard. And we already know it's a short one. And so sometimes it seems like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. If you come from a single parent household, You always thinking about your mom. You always thinking about your siblings.
Absolutely.
You always constantly being put in that thought process of like, well, whatever I do, I probably may have to put my family on my back and feed somebody this way. Or if you know that you're not that good in that sport, but you can use that sport as a platform, to get an education or to move you into a different environment so that you can kind of serve your community some way, somehow, man. A sport could do that for you. It was like spiritual healing,
Yeah.
almost. It was like venting. You know what I'm saying? And you out there with people that have the same interest as you. Man, you don't really. It was a lifesaver.
Yeah.
For lack of better terms, man, it was a lifesaver.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get too stuck on that question. But I really do like this next one, and I want to know y'all opinion on this one. You know what I'm saying? And so this is kind of a long question, but I'm gonna get into it. Although none of us made it to playing the pros, what point did you realize after a certain level that sports are mainly just a business, and how did you feel about it?
It's a good one.
LV, go ahead. Go first.
I would say my first year in college, being around all the seniors and the coaches and all the other incoming freshmen, your perspective of the game really changed, and I realized that people were actually trying to win, unlike high school. It was just people wanted to be on the team for the jersey, for the girls, whatever it was. And it was then that I realized that I fucked up. I don't even know what I'm trying to say now.
Take your time, bro. This is our podcast, bro. Take your time.
But yeah, I realized in college that it was more of a business, because you realize some things. You talk to some coaches and not to throw shade or disrespect anybody, but you really learn the term. You learn the use of the term "next man up" in college, and I think that describes the business aspect of college sports a lot, because you may think these coaches, they want the best of you. I mean, they do, but to a certain extent, or they want you and only you, but they're always looking to replace you and find someone better or that can do the same things as you. And so when you get to the college level, that makes you work harder, that makes you want to be that makes you want the coaches to realize, oh, we don't need to find another linebacker, another quarterback. We got him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and for me, I really experienced that when I was in high school. It probably was my senior year. I was on a recruiting trip, and I remember there was a coach. He literally had told us, he was like, look, he was like, the reason why I'm recruiting you guys is because our current team sucks. And he was like, if I don't find the right players to bring into this football program, then I don't have a way to feed my family. And this dude had like a wife and like a newborn at the time. And when he first said it, it didn't dawn on me. I'm thinking to myself like, oh yeah, you're just trying to win. And I'm like, whoa. It comes down to performance. And players are expendable based on whether they're good or not. You know what I'm saying? And so you don't even realize, like, you just kind of like one of the cattle. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you able to produce to get us a certain level of success or some sort of statistics, which brings money to the school from boosters and all that stuff, man. And so it was kind of like gut wrenching to me. I can't even tell you why I felt like that, but it just was like an ugly feeling, because this is a game you've grown to love so much. You've poured your heart and your soul into it. You have cried, you have bled. It's been times you've been down on your hands and knees. It's been times that you have expended all of your energy just to win. And then when you think about the concept of winning, it makes you question, when I was doing all that work, who and what was I winning for? Who and what was I making this sacrifice for? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I doing this for my bros? Do they know how I feel? Or was I doing this so somebody else who's not in the game with us, they probably never played football in their life, so they eat or get paid another day? So that was a crazy situation for me But it's just like life. You have to realize, like, it comes with the territory, and you would rather be a part of it than not be a part of it at all, and just kind of keep it moving and get what you can. Charge it to the game and get what you can out of it, man. But as a student athlete, what are some ways that you manage your time efficiently when it comes to work, sports, and school? Or were you even good at time management?
It took a lot of practice. It took a lot of practice. I think we could all agree, coming where we're from, we didn't have, the funds to go to school, play sports, and, live outside of the dorms. So we had to find part-time jobs, and balancing a job in school and practice, that was a hard thing, to learn, and to learn how to use wisely. You gotta really learn time management at a young age to be efficient as a student athlete in college. And it took me a lot of time to get it done, because I told you before, I was not the best student. So it was a lot of work, but eventually I got it done, and I got on a schedule that was good for me, and everything worked out well.
And what about you, D?
For me, man, to be completely honest with you, like, I still kind of struggle with time management, man. Like, for real. Like, when you spend that much time, and again, like, I don't mean to go back, but on that previous question you asked, like, you realize when it's a business, it kind of get into that, like LV said, like, college. But for me, out of us, I went to JUCO, so going through that recruiting process, like, man, like, that's where you kind of realize it's a business, because it's like, man, like, so many coaches, when you're being recruited by so many coaches, some of those coaches is just like, man, like, they'll send you a text like, hey, we really want you. Hey, we really want you. We want you to come play here. We want you to come play here. And it's like, all they really care about is you on that field, which like you said, like, you could agree with that. They got to eat too. But at the same time, like, that's kind of where my time management was separated, because while they focus on them focusing on that made me focus on that. So I spent more time worrying about on the field than I was in the classroom.
Exactly.
And man, like LV said, when you get to the university, it's a lot of stuff you got to pay for. So me trying to get a job, me playing ball, and me trying to go to school at the same time, like, something had to be cut a little short. Mm-hmm. And for me, I struggled academically, especially at a young age. Because it wasn't because I didn't know how to do it. It's just because in my mindset, I'm tired, man. Like, I go to work, I go to school. I go to work, I go to practice, and I'm going to school. When I get home, I ain't thinking about no homework, bro. Like, for real. So
trying to hop on the game.
Like, I'm trying to get a little 30-minute, end up 2 hours on the game, for real. So trying to hang out with my boys or something like that. So you see both aspects of it, and the time management as well as the business side. Like, the business side kind of made my time management bad. So yeah, man, I'm still working on it to this day. Like, even though I'm not suiting up no more, I'm still in that position where, as y'all know, I'm a coach, and now I'm coaching. I'm working with athletes from all over the world, trying to get them an opportunity. But I got my own stuff to handle. And I kind of put my stuff aside, or be like, yo, I can do this later. And then later comes, you like, damn, I should have did this earlier, you feel me? So still working on that, and that's not a problem, because a lot of people in this world still working on that. So yeah.
It's really it's really funny that you brought up the point about having a hard time, with making sure that you stay focused on that homework. When you get home from all of the other things that you had to do as a student athlete. I really remember back in about middle school. I was in middle school, of course, and there was a certain point in my life where, when you went to school and when you got out of school, growing up in DC, depending on where you went to school at, you weren't even worrying about homework. When you got out of school, you was worrying about how could you get home safely, or making sure that you left with your clique or your crew, so when y'all get on the train, or when you get on the bus, or when you taking that walk, to your grandmother's house or wherever you was going, like you didn't get, you know, caught in no foolishness or nothing like that, or unfortunately lose your life, which has happened to so many people. And I kind of even though it's not the same situation, but coming out here to South Dakota and playing football, it really made me think just now, like how you said, like we used to go to practice for hours. We used to be in class for hours.
Yeah.
And some of us, or most of us, did work too. A good portion of us were on scholarships, of course. You know, a lot of us did earn that and stuff like that. But some of us did have to work too. So I remember going to class in the morning, getting up at like 7 o'clock. I wasn't getting out of class till about 2. We had meetings at 3. We went to practice from 4 to 6. After you got out of practice, sometimes, LV, we used to go to work.
Yep.
We was going to work, and then you come home, and you got to do homework. And so now you probably up till about 2, maybe 3, depending on what you had to do that day. And you supposed to go to bed, wake up in the morning, 6 a.m., 7 a.m. workouts,
bro.
then go back to class, and it's like when did you rest?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that time management thing, man, it's like, honestly, a lot of people do learn it, you know, but on the flip side, you know, behind the scenes, there's a lot of people that don't, or they learn it as they go, just because of their circumstances or the cards that they're dealt.
And I don't mean to drag this question on, but then again, when we talk, we kind of separate before college and then college. Before college, first I want to get this out there. When you grow up in, whether it be a single parent household or where both parents really got to work, some people may say, like, how y'all get away with not doing homework and stuff. Like my parents, your parents can still be on your ass about, you know, getting your work done, but if they not there, it's easy to bypass that. You feel me?
Yep.
And then when you get to college, you take away that rest. Like, you kind of got to eliminate that rest, bro, because you're not really getting no rest in college, bro, for real.
Or how about this? Your parents not home in high school because your mom is working to support y'all. Shout out to all the mothers out there who had to go through that. Absolutely. I just want to say that off top because I know my mom was one of them. But your mom is not there, and you're home, and you just got home, and you probably already went to practice, and you're supposed to be, quote-unquote, doing homework, and she's not watching you. But now you're getting recruited by colleges, and you have been accepted to one and went, and you're at college, and you're supposed to just turn on that switch. Yeah. And it's like, now I'm a student athlete. Now I know how to do that. It's like, no, when did you really get taught?
Yeah. Never.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you never actually got taught that. But I don't want to, like you said, I don't want to go too deep on it. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't the point, you know, of what we're doing. But I do got some.
Oh, none. Keep going.
You just want to say hi?
Yeah, I want to say hi.
No. But I do want to move on, man, because we do got some other cool questions, man. So LV, I definitely want you to answer this, man, because you went to Durango.
Durango.
And y'all,
I gotta tell the listeners about that.
Yeah, y'all was like some
trash,
some basura. What was your favorite memory of playing sports, man?
First, let me clear the air, because obviously the listeners don't know what y'all talking about by trash. But in high school, man, I went to Durango High School out in Las Vegas, Nevada, and my senior year we was 0-9.
Yikes.
Damn,
that was rough.
Cannot relate.
Rough. You know? It was hard giving your all every game and then losing every game. But my favorite memory, is that what we're asking now?
Yeah.
What was your favorite?
Favorite memory. Let me see. My favorite memory would probably be, getting my first sack. That was a good one. I started as a freshman, got my first sack as a freshman, and all year I just was telling myself, I was like, I want my first sack. No homo that. No homo that real quick.
Nobody was saying that, bro.
I'm just saying. I thought of it myself. But I remember how excited I was when it finally happened, and all my teammates cheering for me, and the coaches, and then my mom and my brother in the stands watching it happen, and it's something that'll stick with me, until I die.
What about you, D? What was your favorite, man? Make it brief though.
Man, yeah, I got you. For real. Honestly, my favorite memory went all the way into my senior year, man. We had a rivalry with these two schools. One of them I don't want to get into it because we ain't beat them in 20 years or so, which that streak we broken after I left. But the other one, we ended up playing them at their house for their homecoming, and it was a lot of trash talking, of course. And bro, just two great teams going at it, man. We end up duking that one out, and we end up getting a W, man. 20-19, man. Paramount High School to Downey.
Okay.
We ended up beating them 2019 on a block field goal. They scored, man, with 0-0 on the clock. And shout out my boy Samaj ended up blocking the PAT, man, for the win. So that was one. It was a funny memory, but it was a good memory because we ended up winning that game, and I let out a nice scream, and I ended up pinching the nerve in the back of my neck. So
how you pinch a nerve in the back of your neck screaming?
But I don't even want to explain it, bro. But yeah, it was a good one, bro. So yeah.
What about you, Teddy?
I think mine came from my sophomore year. We played McDonough and beat them, and that was real cool because they was fucking good. Just beating them, man. Rest in peace to a real good friend of mine, man. My boy James Grisso, man. He was a monster on that field. We was in high school, man. I remember KJ Gross, one of my best friends. He went off. Brett Buckmaster went off. Big country dude, man. There was a lot of people that went off. Shout out my boy Remy, man. But we had a good game. Beat their ass. I remember they was talking about our grandmothers on the field.
What was some things they were saying?
Bro, they was, talking about like your grandmother a hoe. Just one. They had an old lineman, bro. He played guard, but he had told James, he was like, I'm about to beat your grandmother cheeks on my mother. I remember like looking down the line. I'm like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was just a fun game, man, to just get at them, and really do our thing and have a good time, with winning and stuff like that.
Well, let me ask y'all this, since you said that funny ass shit. What is a funny memory you have from sports? It don't have to be just football, from any sport you ever played.
Can I please go first?
Yeah, go first.
Okay, so y'all remember Kick?
Kick. Oh, like the
Kick,
messenger?
Like the Kick Messenger?
Yeah.
Actually, I can't tell that story.
Can't tell it? I got one in mind.
I can't tell that story.
Go
ahead. I'll think of one.
So, my senior year of high school, I finally made the basketball team after like 2-3 tries.
Trash.
Okay. Just hear me out though. So, we had a home game, and I finally got in the game, and I drove from the foul line, or from the free throw, I should say, and got fouled. Went to the line, about to shoot my first free throw, and I could hear everybody. I could hear my mom like, "Yeah, let's go, LeVar, like make it." And then I could hear the cheerleaders. I was like, "Damn, the cheerleaders like rooting for me. Like I ain't never heard that before in my life." And I shoot the first one. I'm like, "Oh yeah, this money, nothing but air, bro." In a packed ass gym, bro, and everyone just went silent, and you could hear some people laughing, and it was funny looking back on it now. But I'm black, but I bet you my face was bright red.
Hey man, listen, bro. I'm gonna give y'all, okay, so junior college, man, you feel me? You know how y'all play with me. Y'all know I come out hyped for the football games when we come out the tunnel or out, when we was in junior college, we came out the building. So I came out like, man, let's go, man, let's go. So I turned around on the little back step, you feel me, trying to shake all my boys' hands in front of they cheerleaders at Santa Monica College, bro. And I failed, bro. And I was mad embarrassed because my helmet fell off my head, for real. And I was like, pow, hit the ground. And I'm just like, oh, I had to act like I had a pre-existing ankle injury, and I didn't. But I got to put the helmet back on, and we ended up winning by 30, so it wasn't that embarrassing. So, yeah.
Man, for me, junior year, playing McDonough again, except for this time they beat the brakes off us. Beat the brakes and the rotors off of us. I'm not even going to lie to you. They had a real good squad. It's fourth quarter. And McDonough quarterback is he's spiking the ball, and literally my boy Tyler Payne was playing linebacker, and he mad that we about to lose, so he pissed, and so he about to Troy Polamalu and try to hop over the center and get the ball or whatever, or cause some sort of havoc and stuff like that, and so Tyler jumps clear over my head, like I'm playing nose tackle. He jumps clear over my head, bro, and smacks the quarterback before he even hiked the ball, bro. And he probably only 5'10" for real, 5'11", and all their players, all their old linemen and quarterbacks, they're this big dude that went to Carolina that year. He went to South Carolina to play football, and they just surround him, "Fuck is you doing, cuz? are you fucking dumb? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is you doing? Like, came over. And I remember we was all standing there like, yeah, you a dumbass. Like, like you had no business doing that. You know what I'm saying? We already knew the game was over, man. But that was pretty funny. You would have had to been there, you know, to really feel it. I'm sure they got it on film on Huddle somewhere, so maybe I'll find that clip, post it on Facebook or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But yeah, man. Let's. What we got? One more?
We got one more.
You want?
I got it. I think this is a good one. What advice would you give your younger self to help your future in sports?
You know, since you asked such a good question like that,
You can make me go first, huh?
I'm gonna make you go first.
Okay. I already know off the top.
What?
I would teach my younger self time management, since we talked about it.
What about you, D?
I would have to agree, but I gotta throw a little patience in there. You feel me? I was at a young age. I was kind of impatient, man, and I really wanted to be successful real early, and it made me. I wouldn't call them mistakes, but I learned some lessons from it, you know. And I mean, now I got the patience I need, but for my younger self, I could have probably set myself up in a better position if I had the time management, I had the patience. So yeah.
For me, mine would have been two things, and one of them, neither one of them are bad, but I definitely would have told myself this if I could have literally just went back in time. And I would have told myself to be more coachable at a young age, and I would have told myself to invest more into my future.
Okay.
You know, because when you're growing up, you know, you have all these big aspirations of trying to go to the pros and stuff like that and play football, you know, in the big leagues and on TV, you know. But as you get older, you know, people sure don't mind letting you know the reality of, you know, that 1% that really only make it. And so you can kind of talk yourself out of giving your best effort. Like, you'll still play and, like, you'll still be good, but, like, you obviously, like, look in the mirror and realize, like, well, damn, I mean, I'm not a Jadeveon Clowney. Like, I'm not a freak of nature and stuff like that. And you'll kind of only, like, play to just, like, succeed for the season. But it's like, I wish I could have just told myself, like, no. You know, you control your future. You know, you can be a part of that 1%. And you could be, you know, going to the draft, you know. But instead, I was one of those people that was just like, I'm going to play, I'm a ball, you know what I'm saying? Shorties at the game, you dig what I'm saying? I'm going to get mine.
Okay.
But I'm only going to, you know, go a certain extent.
Now for y'all, me being a special guest, I got one question, man. Like I said, y'all know what our title is, from the jersey to the polo, man. My question is, now that I'm a coach, I'm going to look at it as if we were players or now that we former players. What did you take away from the game that you would teach the young adults now or the kids now?
Oh, that is a good question. You're going to have to give me time to think of that one. Teddy, you're going to have to go first because that was a really good question.
Ask it one more time?
Yeah, ask that one more time.
What did you take away from the game while you were in it that you would want to give to the younger generation? Or what kind of advice would you give?
Why did you come here with that fire like that?
Like, hey, man. Well, I guess for me, I would say that
It's such a good question,
yeah,
bro.
it's so many things.
I don't even know what to say.
I'm gonna just go off top, and I would say what I took from the game, especially being a part of a team sport, was that life did not revolve around me, and life is bigger, much bigger than what I can see with the naked eye. And I'm guessing, you know, I obviously need to explain that. You know, so when I say that, I'm talking about egos. You know, I'm talking about being obviously egocentric or, you know, narcissistic. And when you play a sport and you know that you're good, because almost everybody has that point in their athletic career where, like, you just know, like, you know, you the shit. You know, whatever level you playing, you just know that you're good. And people can have the tendency of just going out and focusing on, like, well, I just got to get my stats and I'm going to be fine. I really don't give a damn, you know, whether we lose or not. You know, and it's really not about that. You know, when you take part in a team sport, you know, you give your all for the next man beside you.
Absolutely.
You know, you put your best effort forth because you know that the person beside you is putting their best effort forth, and you need to be able to match their intensity or they match yours so that you can come out, with, whatever success that you're searching for. I mean, you look at, straight up. That's really it for me.
Since I asked the question, of course, I got my own opinion. And I'm going to go a little opposite of where you from and go back to individuality, but it ain't so much on ego. Mine is so much as take advantage of your opportunities, man. And that's kind of really why I got into the culture situation, is because there's a lot of kids that was in our situations, bro, that ain't get the opportunity or don't have the opportunity. So we wanna create that opportunity for them. So that's really what it's about, man. Is creating opportunities for the younger generation to be great. And even if they're not great at sports, it creates a lot, like you said, as a team. Like being on the team, it creates a lot for your life to be great in life, So giving them an opportunity and giving it they all, bro. So
I don't have anything to say, y'all. I think y'all covered all the bases on that. So yeah, I think it's about time we wrap it up. What you think, Terry?
I'm thinking that, man. And so what I want to do is, we do have a second intro song of the week, and this is my boy Kimani, coming all the way from Baltimore. Shout out to all my dummies out there, you know what I'm saying? Stupid.
Ain't you from Baltimore?
I'm not from Baltimore. Don't say that. Nah, I went to college with Kimani, man, freshman year, man. OC boys, O'Connor boys. Rest in peace, Marcus, man. My brother, dog. Rest in peace, my dog. But his song is called Something We Could. He actually just dropped an album not too long ago, and it's fire. It's called Me Alone. Me Alone. And this is by my boy Kimani. The song is called Something We Could. Y'all go check that out on Apple, and it is on YouTube as well. I believe it's on Spotify. I'm not sure, but y'all go ahead and check that out for my boy. And thank y'all for tuning in, man. For real.
We gotta clean up on aisle 8.
Get it done.
Yes, sir.
We gone.
I just need your love right now. Can you hold it down right now? You say you gon' ride for me. I'ma lay it properly, 'cause I can't wait. I don't wanna be alone. I just want you to know that I'm never gonna go. We can do this to be yours. Everything that you do never goes unnoticed. Really gotta stay focused. I don't wanna take it all away. I thought it was something we could say. I know that you thought